fantasy. We might spoil something you don't know the ending to yet, though I can't imagine how. Hell, we spoil things we don't know the endings to yet as of the writing of this script.
So we make a lot of jokes about how young our audience is, but this is 18 plus, so now they're all irrelevant.
If you cannot deal with the things as we've outlined them in this disclaimer, actually since it's 18 plus and after hours, there really is a great panel about mudkips across the hall. We are Disorganization XIII. There's so many of us, half these people have left the group by now.
We sent Barack Obama an email saying we would like him to become the official 13th member of Disorganization XIII. That guy has never emailed us back. And also he never closed Guantanamo. But this was way more important.
And every year we say we're going to do this, but we mess it up. This year, we did it right. We have an official font, and it is Arial.
Some people might argue that spoilers ruin the experience of watching a show or movie. So to prove to you that spoilers don't matter, I'll show you a clip from Hurricane. In this clip, it's can kill and make Icarus cry. But that doesn't mean you don't want to see her do the cutest cry in the universe.
Alright, well, let's get this show started with something cheap and easy like me. Trigun! I said Trigun. Trigun refers to Vash the Stampede because he has 3 guns. There's his normal gun, the city-destroying and moon-exploding weapon, that gun, and the superpowers form, and the hidden gun in his cybernetic left arm. Luckily, he's the main character, because Meryl carries like 50 guns. If the show were about her, I have no idea what they'd call it. Ever since the days of Superman, the Incredible Hulk, and Godzilla, it's been a common trope that destruction caused during epic fights instantly disappears the morning after due to magic we pulled out Stan Lee's anus. Phenomenon on its head than Trigun. Vash the Stampede is a goofy, spiky-haired protagonist held together by bits of metal, sheer willpower, and Wolfwood slashstick. He's a world-renowned outlaw, but he never kills anyone. He just destroys their houses and blows up their power plants. He's caused so much property damage, in fact, that 2 insurance agents have been sent to track him and keep him locked down. The second half of the series switches from comedy to drama so fast. So fast you might get whiplash, and there's a lot of death. Most of it secretly orchestrated by Vash's evil twin, Knives. Knives may be evil, because he and Vash's surrogate mother named him Knives. With Vash defeating his brother and bringing him home to the insurance girls. And then Vash and Meryl have lots and lots of sex, only pausing when Meryl has hot, nasty sex with Knives. Or maybe that was just all that slutty fanfic I wrote. The lines get blurred.
On the subject of fanfiction, Phoenix Wright. Because I hate fanfiction. I feel my whole life about reading a 14-year-old girl's opus about Goku in an alternate high school universe where he's an awkward emo kid for some reason and be better off for it. The one exception to this rule is Phoenix Wright fan fiction. You see, fan fiction tends to suck because stories written by fans are more often than not unbelievable. However, after Phoenix cross-examines a parrot, a radio, a ghost, a zombie cyborg, coffee addict, lawyer, ninja, thing, and whatever the hell this is, I don't think anything in the Phoenix Wright universe is unbelievable anymore. As long as you have a timid defense attorney, an asshole prosecutor, a half-senile judge, and a prosecutor waiver, you are right on your way to good Phoenix Wright fanfic, which would be great advice if the entirety of the fandom didn't consist of Phoenix Edward Slash. In which case, hold it and take that takes on an entirely different
Oh, okay, cool, we're on the gay stuff. Great. Sayuki's. You know, Sayuki's the questing anime that just keeps going and going and going and going. So while I could just throw up a picture of them and say big gay road trip and call it out yaoi, I'm not going to. This is a very complex show. And I'm going to dig a little deeper and get to the heart of what the series is really, truly about. Oh, Gojo, my sad, angsty past makes me so sad and angsty and in need of comfort. Oh, Hakai, let me comfort you. Sayuki's got a big gay road trip.
Nice segue. Thank you. Because of my own orientation, it often falls to me to spoil things that are gay. I mean the word literally, not pejoratively, shows and games featuring guys who have the hots for each other, like Yami no Matsue, or Loveless, or Joanne. I haven't? Oh, right, that was for this year. I have it around here somewhere. Ah, yes, here it is. This is Choanity, a series of games about Oh God, My Eyes. My eyes, oh God, it hurts so much. Help me please, if whoever already gets a gun and let me die, I think it's in my brain now. Go look at the bird. There we go, Choanity. Anyway, like I was saying, I always get stuck spoiling gay stuff. But this is typecasting, and anyway it gets kind of old. So now I'm going to spoil something that's definitely not gay, like Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist is not gay. It's about two brothers who love each other very much. They're searching for the Philosopher's Stone so they can get each other's bodies back. After a few years of getting beat up by girls, Ed becomes a state alchemist under the command of Colonel Roy Mustang, the Flaming Alchemist. Ed gets upset because he's not as big as some of the other alchemists. And he runs into these homunculi who make it hard for him. But eventually he does find the Philosopher's Stone, and he does the only logical thing. He puts it into Al. And everyone lives happily ever after. So you see, there is nothing gay about Full Metal Alchemist. Speaking of gay metal zombies, Gungrave. Not what is PG-13. PG+. Gungrave is about a gay mafioso that becomes a gay techno-zombie and it's gayer than Liberace ice skating down a rainbow while singing a fairy song to resurrect Harvey Milk. Let me start over. Gungrave is an anime based on a bad Sega action shooter for the PS2 about a zombie gunman that walks really slow and dances while he fires his two giant pistols. There, that wasn't gay, right? If you watch the first episode of the anime, you'd think it's about the same sort of thing. This is because the first episode is actually episode 17, just so they can show an episode that's more like the video game. This is why we appreciate parody, and Baccano, and other anime that doesn't do a piss poor job using discontinuous narrative.
Next season.
Anyway, episode 2 is when the real story starts, and the real story is about two completely heterosexual friends named Brandon and Harry. They're in a crappy gang. Brandon has a girlfriend named Maria, and then they join the mafia, and Maria marries the mafia boss. This doesn't bother Brandon at all, because he is really gay for the mafia boss. The boss's name is Big Daddy. Let that one sink in a bit. Eventually, Harry performs a gay coup on the gay mafia they belong to and shoots Brandon in the eye and out of the gay glass elevator. After the gay dust clears, Brandon is gay resurrected and goes around killing all his old gay friends in order to get to Harry. Everyone in the cast is killed, and the series ends with the mostly crippled, gay, undead Brandon reminiscing with Harry at the gay bar they frequented as kids. Then they get attacked by SWAT members, and Brandon shields Harry with his body, and they die together as special friends. I don't know how a show that's so silent can be so yaoi at the same time. Gungrave is the Gundam wing of zombie shoot-em-up shows.
We now go from gay zombies to heteronormative vampires, so, let's do this. Edward Cullen and Bella Swan. They bonded via the smoldering love cauldron that's high school biology. But they really get together as Edward repeatedly saves Bella. From a van, from a group of rapists, from perfectly nice human boys who ask her out. He ultimately saves her from an evil vampire who, before dying, bites Bella. Vampirism is transmitted through venom, so his wife would have made Bella a vampire, which is the thing she wants most in the whole universe, as she already has a sparkling flying pony. But Edward sucks out the venom and Bella stays human, because these books are really all about abstinence. And if vampires represent sexuality, the climax of this book is a metaphor for that time you got drunk in junior year. Regrettably drive home to that guy in your Spanish class. Through Bella's eyes, we meet the rest of the Cullens, who have a sort of unfortunate human backstories, actually except for Emmett. All we really know about Emmett is that he died fighting a bear, which is awesome. Have superpowers in addition to being vampires. Though, once again, the clear winner is Emmett with the power to fight a bear. In the second book, New Moon, Edward plays his I'm breaking up with you, and it's really for the best part. Bella's so depressed, we get 8 blank pages in the book.